Today we're unboxing our new Power Glide from FTI for the Smoke Monster. Stick around. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage, and you heard me right. We are unboxing a new Power Glide for the Smoke Monster, and I know what some of you are saying. What happened to the other Power Glide? Nothing. The transmission is one of the only things that we have not had any issues with on the Smoke Monster, but we did order a overdrive for it, a gear vendor's overdrive for it last season. Didn't have time to put it in, and it's a gear vendor that's set up for a shorty Power Glide. So it came down to the fact of whether or not we wanted to convert our long tail housing to a short tail housing, which can be done, but it's a little bit of a pain because you have to do some stuff with the planetary. It's not just a straightforward output shaft swap like it is on a 700R4, one of those. And then there was another issue, and that was the tunnel clearance was really tight with all the SFI shields and stuff like that. So we reached out to FTI, actually ordered it through Summit, but if you know me, I love running FTI stuff. I've got other FTI transmissions, FTI torque converters. FTI is my go-to for drivetrain stuff, and had a PPG 4S built. What that means is this is a level 4, rated up to 1100 horsepower, aftermarket case, shorty style. So let's get to it. Let's pull this thing out and take a look at it. Directions, stuff like that. Big FTI decal on the back of it there. Oh, and so we got a box within a box. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. Look at that. So small. Woo! Looky, 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 looky. Okay, here it is. Our FTI, nice little badge on the side with decals, SFI rating, reed case, perfect. Now, our overdrive essentially is going to replace this tail housing piece here, which is a shame because it looks cool. But this pops off. The overdrive is going to bolt straight up to it because we got the one that's designed for a shorty. Essentially, that one makes the overall length only about 2 or 3 inches longer than a long tail Power Glide. So that's kind of like wanted to maintain space as much as possible. Trans brake, of course. Shifter. Man, look at this case though. This thing is a beefy boy. So shouldn't be any issues. Excited to get this thing in, running. But before we can even do that, we gotta get this stupid Typhoon taken care of, get it out of here. I want the thing gone at this point in time. I've had enough Typhoon in my life. So we'll focus on that for now. We'll be pulling in the Smoke Monster into the garage very soon. I'll do a video on installing the overdrive. We're going to install it on the bench because it's only going to add, you know, that much length to it. Might as well. No reason to fight with trying to get everything installed underneath the car. If you're doing one on a long output, it might be different because it gets really long at that point in time. So yeah, for now this is just going to go to the side and be sitting there waiting at me. Now I am questioning whether or not I want to change up the torque converters. FTI did reach out to me to talk about torque converters. I need to call them back. We'll go from there. The one that I've got in there now seems to be working fairly well, but I think one could be restalled to accept the power band a little bit better. And then on top of it, we're going to have to swap the heads out. And I'll talk more about that whenever I do the video on the DynoSim 6 software and show you exactly why we were leaving hundreds of horsepower behind because of the heads that we were running on there. So originally the idea was to put the new intake manifold on and do a cam. The cam was only going to pick up about 6 or 7 horsepower. With the combination of parts that are on the motor right now, not worth it. But with a head upgrade, we suddenly are picking up almost 200 horsepower from the heads. The cam goes from 6, 7 horsepower up to about 20, 25 horsepower. And so adding all of that means we'll probably want to go with a new torque converter also. Not to say that the one that we have now can't handle the power, but the power band might shift up a little bit, and so it might be good to have a higher stall for whenever we're actually going into gears. Not to mention, because of doing an overdrive on this, we will no longer be a 2-speed. We'll be a 2-speed here, but we'll be a 4-speed overall, and we can do gear splitting while we're racing. The overdrive unit from Gear Vendors, more than capable of handling all the power, and so we can go 1 high, 2 high. And if we see any benefit to that of keeping it in the power band, we may set something up on that side of stuff. So we'll talk more about that in the future. For now, I'm going to get back to it. You guys know the drill. Thanks for stopping by the garage. Remember, ABT, always be tuning.